All right, let's go, everybody. It is Monday, September 16th. I sent out the new issue of MMT Trader. If you want to get it, go to my website, pitbulleconomics.com, and sign up for a 30-day free trial. All right, oil prices. Let's talk about, first of all, we've been long for the last 15 weeks buying in this range from, 57, 56 down to 54, 53, kept buying on every dip. I didn't know that the Saudi oil facilities were going to get attacked. It didn't matter. Oil prices, as I've been showing my subscribers every week in the EIA analysis that I do, bullish. Bullish inventory draws, bullish demand, bullish exports, bullish imports, way down. So this is again an example of how you trade with a fundamental outlook. I mean, the conditions were bullish. It takes a little time, it takes a little patience. You stick with the position. Now, we were lucky something came along, and I hate to say we were lucky when there's like something terrible that happening like this, but we were lucky in that we were positioned correctly. Now, most of you out there, what you would have done is got in and stopped yourself out or traded on a headline shows up like last week. I mean, we ended Friday week, right? 54 handle because, I don't know, what was the story? That, OPEC went a little bit over its quota or something like some ridiculous story. Or Trump wanted oil price, forget even what it was, but you people out there, you headline trade because you don't know what you're doing. You don't know what you're doing. So you run around like chickens with your head cut off. You don't know what you are doing. And even if you did know something, like if you had some knowledge, some information, you would not be able to translate that into a profit because you lack the mental game, you lack the patience. Now, I have people who have been with me for a while. They have developed this. I mean, literally, I must get emails on a daily basis. Mike, thank you so much. You absolutely changed my results. I've learned patience for the first time. I've learned mental game for the first time in my life. I've been developing it. I've been working on it. I've been building up my mental toughness, my resilience. I said a million times that the market cannot, has zero ability to dictate an outcome. Zero ability to affect you. It's you who causes the effect on yourself. Anyway, let's get into oil. As a matter of fact, I'll tell you another thing, just today, this morning. So last night we were up over 61, and I sent out an email telling everybody about this. I sent the email out on Saturday when we learned about the Saudi attack, and I said it's going to spike up. And then last night I was sure at 61 that we would come back down because there's a lot of people out there, a lot of market participants who think they're really, really smart. So it's like, hey, let's sell that spike, which is great. I mean, short-term trader. Maybe some pros, but this morning when we traded down in the 58 handle, I said, you know what? It's going right back up. It's going right back up. It's going to take weeks, if not longer, for the effect of this bombing attack to ripple its way through the fundamentals, inventories, imports, all of that stuff. So we're just going to still, have to see this in the data. That's going to cause people to react in a certain way. So, of course, we went back up. We made even new highs. We went into the 62 handle on WTI. That's number one. Number two, the stock market sell-off was predictable. Nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. Sentiment is negative. Market fundamentals are bullish. Fiscal support is enormous. Okay, I go through those numbers every week in the report. It's in this report today. Fiscal support is enormous. And by the way, there is a core spending set a set of spending items, which I would call the core items, which constitute more than half of all government spending, and those things are not going down. And not only are they not going down, they are going up on a daily basis. Maybe I've mentioned them before, but if you want to learn about this stuff, if you want to understand this stuff, if you want to see why that continues to act as an ongoing and a kind of a stealth anti-recession factor, sign up for my report, go to pitbulleconomics.com. Learn something. Learn something, educate yourself, and train your mind. Train your mind. Don't let the market dictate your results and your life. You have control over that. You have total control over that. The Fed on Wednesday. Now, remember, we went into this with 100% probability of a rate cut. That rate cut is down to 65%. So it has dropped very significantly just in the last week, in the last few days actually. Today it was down a lot too. So we're down at 65.8% based on where Fed fund futures are trading. Now it would be hilarious to me if the Fed does not cut rates. I would love to see that market reaction, which I already know what the market reaction is going to be, and I already know how to trade that market reaction. See, this stuff is like having inside information. When you know exactly how zombies are going to behave, you can go in there. These are the few times when you can do short-term trading and make money at it. You know, I've made videos in the past saying that short-term trading is a waste of time, basically in the way that you do it. But if you do it in a way that is comparable to insider trading, that means, like I've given the example before of, let's say you're playing poker and you know the hand of your opponents. You know the cards they are holding. You can take advantage of that. That's a kind of an insider trading. This is what I'm talking about. We know the behavior of the zombies. We know how they are going to react. So you take advantage of that. But you still need mental game. Don't forget. Just because you have inside information, I mean, if you don't have mental game, you could literally have a friend at the Federal Reserve. You could know Jerome Powell, and he could tell you, hey, I'm going to cut interest rates 100% guaranteed on Wednesday. And I'm telling you, if you don't have mental game, forget it. You still won't make money. And by the same token, if you have mental game, and I've said this so many times in the past, and I can do this, you can throw darts at a dartboard and make money. It's better to have good understanding and good knowledge and good information, especially the kind of knowledge and information that the crowd does not possess. And again, MMT gives me a window on that. And let me repeat, because I haven't said this in a long time, but I think it's worth repeating. I am the only one who has an applied approach to MMT. There are a lot of academics out there and people who espouse the theories of MMT, but I am the only one who has created an applied approach to MMT. Take the concepts of MMT, and you apply them to trading and investing in the markets. Only one. Nobody else does this. And by the way, what did I say about the deficit being at over $1 trillion? And then 2 weeks later it came out. So all the information we have is way in front of everybody else. Sorry, that's just the way it is. So yeah. So everything's good. By the way, information on gold today in the report, in case you're interested. Information on the dollar, in case you're interested. Of course, I talked a little bit about bonds and rates and the probabilities of a Fed rate cut. And oil. 15 weeks we were long, just buying in that range, and boom. So what's the outlook? What's the outlook? Now, even if I told you what the outlook was, most of you wouldn't be able to make money on it anyway. You got to train yourself. This is a mental game. This whole endeavor of trading and investing is 1,000% mental. It's all mental. It has nothing to do with the system you use or the approach. It doesn't really have to do with the information, but it's better to have the good information and a good understanding, but it's all here. All right, everybody, go to my website, pitbulleconomics.com. Sign up for a 30-day free trial of MMT Trader. It's $250 a month, and it's going up to $1,000. See everybody tomorrow. Bye-bye.